You said you were going to do something, you did it. If you win your tasks, you win your life because you feel like you won. What's going on, guys? I'm back again with another video. This time I have something extremely valuable that I needed to come on and share with you guys. If you watched the previous video from the beginning of the summer, I said that I wanted to disappear and try and grind this summer. I knew that a serious problem I had to overcome to achieve the things that I want to achieve was to get rid of my cheap dopamine fixes, which means I had to delete my social media. I had to stop eating out as much. I had to stop doing all these bad habits that I had that gave me quick dopamine fixes that kept me in the same spot for a long period of time. So what I did, I started out with deleting my social media. So I found myself every time that I was feeling slightly uncomfortable or slightly bored or I didn't know what I want to do, I'd always pick up my phone, scroll through social media, scroll through TikTok, get literally lost in a trance, just scrolling aimlessly, getting my brain addicted to these random instant gratification things, and it made me lose my attention span. It made me lose my creativity. And the only reason I know that I lost my creativity is because as soon as I deleted all these things and I started day maxing, instantly my creativity came back that I almost had to re-download social media just because I was creating so much short form content because I was so happy. I was so excited to share the things that I was doing. I was having different thoughts of different shots and different things I wanted to do right when I deleted everything because my brain was coming back to its true form of itself. So, let's get right into it. Step one, what I do, and you guys don't have to do this. This is just what I did and it worked for me, was I disabled my Instagram and my social medias just so I can reteach myself to do things outside of social media, to teach myself to relearn how to be a human, not a cyborg, not rely on my phone 100% of the time, or not rely on my phone when I feel uncomfortable, or not rely on my phone when I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. I had to reteach myself to learn how to be alone with myself and think about what I'm actually wanting to think about instead of redirecting my brain constantly with social media. That was my step one. I knew I needed to do that to rewire my brain to come back to a centered mind state. Step two is filling the time that I used to use for social media with something else. Now, what would that be? Like, what do we do? Now, obviously, we have normal things that we do from my day to day that I had to do. So it was either I just do those things longer or what am I going to do in between that? So I started making lists. I went back to the basics of literally like everything. When you're in preschool, when you're in middle school, when you're in high school, you have a list. It's a schedule of classes you need to do, of homework you need to do. I went back to the basics of that and I created lists for myself every day. Me personally, I like to handwrite my lists every day. So I have them on my desk and I just go through my checklist every single day. But what I want to really illustrate to you guys is when it comes to making these lists. So this is what I call it day maxing because it maximizes my day. So outside of everything else that I need to do in the day, I have little tasks that I like to do that fills the rest of those hours that I was talking about that social media used to take away what I used to give myself to social media instead of expressing those hours and living life and experiencing things and actually adding net positives to my life. I like to break my list down into 3 different categories. Now, when I'm writing it on my paper, I don't need to do it because that's what my brain sees. But when I'm trying to illustrate it in my mind, trying to show you guys what I think, is my list get divided into 3 different categories, which is red, blue, and green. Okay? Now, what do those mean? My red categories. Those are things that I have to do that day. So that would be, for example, now it's summertime, so I'm not in school right now. So it would be meetings for work. It would be edit a video. It would be my non-negotiables, what I have to do that day. Those are my red tasks. So if you're in school, it would be the classes you have that day. If you're working right now, it would be your work schedule, what you have to do. If you're an athlete training, it would be your training schedule, exactly what you have to do, know your day-to-day routine that you have to do, and there's no ifs or ands about it. Then we have the blue. And those are the things that you do every day, but they're not your immediate attention. So it's like what you do on like your down, not your downtime, but things that you do every day that you don't require to do every day. Like no one tells you you're forced to do this. Like you don't have to do it. Those are just the things you do for your net positive in life. So that would be like gym, read, cook, like those things. Like no one's gonna tell you you have to go to the gym today. Like you can purposely skip it, but when you're on that routine, you pretty much go and you bring yourself there. No one's gonna tell you to cook. You can go eat out, things like that. So those are those tasks. So you want to have those in the blue. So you would write down, okay, I need to go to the gym today at some point. I need to read a book for an hour at some point, or not an hour, like 20 minutes. I need to cook for myself. I need to meal prep. Those are your blues. Then your greens are the little things that you don't even have to do. Those are what's going to come to you when you feel bored, like you maybe it's a small break in your day where you don't need to gym, or a small break in your day where you don't need to do something and you want an instant gratification. Those are the small things that you're going to give yourself, little tasks. So that's what I call the natural dopamine. These are little tasks that when you do, you feel good. The natural way, not watching a video and then feeling that. This is the fulfillment that I get from old TikTok videos or old Instagram videos, all those little short form stuff. I get these from these green tasks, which is something as simple as putting away my dishes, something as simple as taking 5 minutes to walk outside and just get fresh air, something as simple as rearranging my cabinets, cleaning down things, wiping off my desk, washing my car. Those are the things that when you find yourself bored in between tasks from red and blue, or your day's done and you just want something to do because you're sitting around instead of going through TikTok, you go to your green list. And these are things that need to be done because there's still good things for you, like you need to clean. They just don't need your immediate attention. You will feel that win, that instant gratification because you're accomplishing something and you're seeing the benefit of it right away because you're doing something for yourself. When you're sitting on TikTok or sitting on Instagram, you're not doing anything for yourself. So you feel that dopamine, but you don't feel fulfilled. That's the difference. These tasks that you set aside for yourself, you're going to feel fulfilled because you are getting the true gratification of helping yourself. Like you're going to sit back and look around and be like, oh, wow, my place is clean. That was you. You did that, you know? And that feels so good. I can't even explain until you feel that experience. It's like when you sit back and you just wash your car, it's like you said you were going to do something, you did it. You have a beautiful feeling on the inside because you won, And like it's the same thing like that saying, if you win the morning, you win the day. Like I can go further than that. If you win your tasks, you win your life because you feel like you won. You feel like a winner. And when do we all feel really good? When we win something. So imagine feeling that same feeling from little things that you can do for yourself. You know, think about when people are most celebrating when they won something, an achievement. Look at sports games when someone scores, everyone goes crazy, or their favorite team wins, everyone feels so good, they're so excited. You get that same feel. Your brain doesn't know the difference when you win something small or big. You know, you can get that same feeling naturally by taking control of your life. Take those small wins. Do it for yourself. You know, furthermore, it doesn't mean you need to become some sort of stoic and forget about social media. Like, no, that's the new age. That's part of our life. It's embedded in everything around us. It doesn't mean you need to go in a full monk mode and completely detach yourself from reality, and yes, you can do that for small amounts of time just to really lock in, but all this means is just those things come second. Don't let those take away from your day. Don't let those hinder your brain. You want to do those things maybe like for a fraction of the time that you already do them and after your tasks are done. That's when you do those things. You don't want it to take away from your day. You want to put it in places when you have extra day to give, when you have your spare free downtime. Then you can sit back and be like, okay, let me go on social media for a little bit. Let me scroll TikTok for a little bit. But if you're just naturally doing it out of force of habit, you're just picking up your phone and you're scrolling social media, you got to realize what's going on and you take a step back, because that time that you're using for that, your brain could be absorbing something of actual substance to help you, or doing a task that will help you, you know? And then your brain is less clouded of all these different things that you've seen all day. Like if you started your morning seeing 50 different people do 50 different things, your brain's going to be clouded for the rest of the day of a bunch of things that you already seen that day. It's like, be present, be in yourself, express yourself. You don't need to express everything that you've seen. You want to be external. You want to be external to the world, not taking into the world. You don't want to let the world be, you're just taking in the world, but you're not expressing yourself into the world. Be more of a producer rather than a consumer. Produce your life. Express yourself instead of just consuming everyone else's personalities, everyone else's lives, and you're not doing it for yourself. It's put yourself first. And it starts as simple as a small list. Just take a second to yourself and divide your day up and hit a list and take care of yourself. Win yourself. So when I say it, it's like, win your list, win your day. That's gonna be my saying. Instead of win the morning, win the day, win your list, win your day. Because you don't even have to finish the list every day. Sometimes I have two tasks that feed over into the next day. But I see so many check marks on my day from like small things. I feel so accomplished, and I'm like, wow, I actually did a lot today. I had a good day. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you guys today is day max. Take control of your life again. You don't need to be distracted constantly by the outside world. You want to recenter yourself and be able to be creative again. Have your own thoughts flow through you again. Accomplish things for yourself, and you'll see these incremental changes in your life happen so rapidly, because 1% better each day compounds so much and so fast if you're doing it every day. And then you won't feel like life is just passing you by, because you're actually accomplishing everything every day. Even if it's something so small, it adds up. You know, that green side of the list, the small things, over a week, is a lot of things. It's a lot. And that's just the green. Not even saying the red of the things that you do every day, and then the blues, your lifestyle habits that you do every day. It's like you do your blues every day, your gym, your meal prep, your cook, that adds up every single day. And then in a month, you won't even recognize yourself, because you'll be in a whole different lifestyle. You'll be accomplishing things every day. You'll feel good. You'll reach for more. You'll feel fulfilled. You'll be in tune with yourself again, because you're not so distracted with the outside world. You're not letting it distract you. So start with a simple list. That's all it is. A simple list. Red, green, and blue. And I'll talk to you guys soon.